Hey guys, Rapido Vic here. I got the 4-port steam assembled loosely because I bought pipe dope. It's also called pipe thread sealant. This stuff, you put them on them threads, I guarantee it won't leak. You might never get it apart again, but it's not going to leak. That stuff is crazy. Now I had to sit here and play with these and figure out which was the long one, the short one, the long one, the short one. You know, back and forth because, you know, the heads are a little bit off. See, this one's forward, this one's back, this one's back, this one's forward. So you got to play with it and kind of figure it out. So I got to figure it out. So now it's loosely assembled. So now what I got to do is take the pipe dope and go through every single one of these joints and put it on there. This is what came with it. Teflon tape. I'm not using Teflon tape because if you mess up, it'll leak. So I'm going to put the pipe dope. Pipe dope. It's called pipe dope. I'm gonna put it on there. It's gonna seal every one of the joints, and I guarantee it won't leak. When you go to disassemble, you may have to throw it out. It won't come apart unless you heat it up with, you know, a torch. I don't see myself having to heat it up. So, getting close to startup, guys. Let me start assembling this. And then I'll bring you guys back and show you where I'm at. And guess who's here? The fat girl. Exactly. Shop Dog is out here with me. Of course she is. If I come out here and I drop, it's funny. When I drop the yellow extension cord into the house, and I run it through the house and I plug it in because that's how I have it hooked up so I can get power out here. Then when I drop the yellow cord, she goes to screaming and howling and hooping and hollering and throwing a fit because she wants to come out here and relax. She's not bothered. She's got heat. She got agua. She doesn't get bothered and she's relaxed. Look at her. She's laying her half asleep. All right, anyways, let's get back to this engine because I am real freaking close to firing this thing off on the engine stand. With all the parts I got down there, there, and there, I am real close. Now I need to send the ECU out or do a remote tune or whatever before I can fire this thing off, but I'm literally a week-ish away from firing this thing off. So let me start doing this. I'm not going to have you sit there and watch me go. So I'll bring you back when we get there, all right? Deuces! Make sure you need this stuff. Make sure you mix it up real good because it's been sitting for a while, so you need to knead it like you do loaf of bread. Make sure it's all good. And I just blew the bottom out. How about that? Yes, pipe dope can be really freaking messy. Really messy. But the way it seals, it's worth it. It is worth it. So, since the tube exploded in the background, we'll go ahead and do it like this. Let's make a big ass mess. Good thing is it's underneath the intake, so nobody's gonna see it. So it doesn't matter. Alright. Got two of them. Let's get these other two. Bad thing, some of this aftermarket cheap stuff, sometimes the threads are a little dirty. You know, they probably chafed a couple 100,000 parts, so they're not exactly right. I gotta change the propane tank out, guys. Give me a sec. It's getting cold in here. Propane tank's dying. Give me a sec. Alright. Let's get these other two on here. Cheap tube, you know what happens. Where they sealed it, it blows out. And that's where it comes out. Look at that. That's what happens. But anyways, I don't care. I don't use this tube again. Doesn't matter. We just gotta fill these threads up. That way when we screw it in, it seals. Just like Teflon tape. All it does is fill the cracks, crevices. That's all it does. So that's what we're doing. It's gonna make a big old mess, but in the end, it's worth it. It's very worth it. Because A, as many connections as there are, I don't trust it. Come on, get in there. There we go. Yeah, see how it's squeezing out around the ends? That's letting you know it's sealing it. I'm sorry, my camera keeps jumping, and when I get close to it, it bounces. It's switching from camera to camera. Alright. All you definitely want to do is make sure it's screwed in the best you can. You know, some of this cheap stuff here, like this one I'm using, if threads aren't that great, it probably wouldn't cut that good, so you gotta make sure it's as straight as you can get it. There we go. There's some of them. Yeah. Uno más. Uno más. Good thing is if you can't get it all the way exactly the way you want it, the pipe dope will fill the threads the rest of the way. So it ain't gotta be 100% perfect. It will seal it up. Here we go. We got our pieces. Make sure to line it the best we can. Man, this stuff is sticky. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. All right. Now, we have the center port, like so. Click. Now we gotta start assembling the rest of this stuff. So that's gonna be fun. I'm not gonna have you guys sit here and watch me do all this and that and connect that one and then connect that one and connect. It's boring. So I'll get back to you when I have all this connected and you see me put in that last screw. Alright guys, we got the center pipe dope. You can see all the oozing around the edges. That means it's sealed. I don't care about that. Nobody's going to see it because the intake's going to be over. Now, we got to start sealing these pieces, and then we got to lock these pieces down. So, I'm not going to have you guys watch me do all that because it's boring. So, I'm going to do a little bit, and I'll bring you back. Alright. This is going to be fun. We got to do a couple at a time. Alright. Just go ahead and get some pipe dope on here. Pipe dope is nasty, man. People hate pipe dope. It's nasty. It's aggravating. It's freaking. Good thing is you got time to work with it. You've got time to work with it. But it will not leak. There. Let's go ahead and get this on here. Of course, I like to add a little extra. I always do. I always end up putting too much. I always do. But that's why I want to make sure it's not gonna leak. But it's nasty. It makes a big freaking mess, especially when you're screwing it down. It makes a big mess. I will use it here because nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to see it. It doesn't matter. There we go. Look at that. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to see it. It's going to be under the intake. I would not use it anywhere anybody is going to see. For real. If somebody's going to see it, I definitely won't use this crap. This stuff is, man, it's messy. It is messy. It gets everywhere. It gets on everything. This stuff gets everywhere. It's meant to. It's meant to make a mess. It's meant to seal. I mean, if you're trying to be that perfect, then don't use this stuff. Definitely don't use this stuff. Alright. Let me snug this up a little bit. Yes, it's a pain in the butt, but that's how it goes sometimes. That's how it be sometimes. Sorry, girl. Sorry, me girl. Sorry, me girl. All right. Now. Just gonna be like this. This needs to go on here. Sorry guys, I've had this song stuck in my head for a couple of days. Alright. There we go. And this one goes down the center. This one goes over here. So. Alright. Bad thing is once you start tightening this stuff up, it starts getting kind of pain in the butt. Alright. Let's go ahead and drop the first gas D on here. Alright. All you can do is work it, play with it, do a little bit, do a little bit. Sometimes saving money is a lot of work. All right. The thing is, you need to assemble all this loosely until you get it in there. You need to assemble it loosely. Last thing you want to do is start tightening stuff down, and you go to fit it together. All of a sudden, the last few pieces don't fit. So you need to assemble it loosely. Then you go back and torque everything down. Well, these pieces you're going to go ahead and tighten down, but alright, there's that one. They do not like dirty, sticky stuff. Oh, it's sticky, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want nothing to do with it. It's sticky. It's sticky. I want nothing to do with it. Yeah, well, sometimes the nasty stuff works better than anything. It's sticky, it's nasty, it goes everywhere, but it will not leak. I guarantee it won't leak. And since it's going to be on the intake, I can worry about nobody seeing it. So, I know a bunch of you are saying, I won't use that. That stuff makes a mess. I'm not using it. That's ugly. Yeah, well, I guarantee it won't leak. I guarantee it won't leak. This stuff is amazing. If you ever used it on gas or any kind of propane lines or anything like that, I guarantee it won't leak. This stuff is crazy. Alright. Let's put her here. Alright. One of us. Then we'll run real fast and tighten her down. We'll tighten everything down. Trim the. Go ahead and trim up the intake and put her on here real fast. Bad thing is you gotta do each individual joint. You gotta do this one, you gotta do that one, and make sure it's just right. Come on. Get on there. There we go. There I know a bunch of you are like, I'm not using that stuff. That stuff makes a mess. It's nasty. It's ugly. You're not going to see it once it's on the intake. Trust me. Yes, it makes a mess. It really does. It really does. It makes a mess. Your hands get sticky. It gets nasty. But in the long run, I guarantee you each one of these joints will not leak. You see all that stuff oozing out? That will seal in 24 hours and be like rock hard. It'll take heat to break those apart. All right, let me finish these up. Go ahead and lock them down and everything, and I'll show you the end result. All right. Let's snug these things down. Just going to snug everything down. Whoop, I'm guessing Riley's outside, so I can hear him barking. Alright. Tighten these down. See? Go over every joint. Every single joint. That's why. See, that one was loose. Always go over every single joint. Make sure you got it tightened down. There we go. I done double checked everything. Everything's good. Like I said, these valve covers are temporary, so I don't care. I don't care about the goo getting everywhere. Doesn't matter. These are going off. I'm having special valve covers made. Well, not made. I'm gonna a set of plain valve covers made, and then they're going to be engraved with a Grand Pinto Vic for the grandkids. So, anyways, got the steam ports in. Now I still got to trim the plastic for the steam ports and everything. So one more step done. All right, deuces.